Indefinite adjournment. Sands. Lawyers divided over Nnamdi Kanu's trial. My dear listeners, good day from wherever you're listening from. Here is a news coming from the southeast. Nnamdi Kanu's story initially. Going into the full details, kindly please ensure you like, subscribe to this channel and share. Lawyers and senior advocates of Nigeria were divided over the weekend on the legality or otherwise of the indefinite adjournment of the trial of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, by Justice Binta Nyako. The Federal High Court in Abuja had on Monday adjourned Kanu's trial indefinitely, following Kanu's insistence that the judge cannot preside over his case, citing our previous recusal. Kanu had earlier filed a petition against Justice Nyako before the National Judicial Council (NJC), accusing her of judicial misconduct in handling his trial. At the resumed trial last Monday, Prosecuting Counsel Adegboyega Awomolo San stated that the prosecution had filed and served unnecessary documents and was ready to proceed with the trial. Responding, Defense Counsel Aloy Ejimako said the issue before the court was not proceeding with the trial. At that point, Justice Nyako intervened, explaining that although she had earlier recused herself from the case, the court's chief judge turned down her decision to withdraw. She, however, directed the defendant to file a formal motion requesting the reassignment of the case to another judge. Sans disagree. A senior advocate of Nigeria, San, Dr. Abiodun Layonu, has weighed in on the indefinite adjournment of the trial of Nnamdi Kanu, the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, attributing the delays to Kanu's own legal strategy. Speaking on what he makes of the indefinite adjournment of Nnamdi Kanu's case, Dr. Layonu criticized Kanu's approach to his legal battles, stating that the IPOB leader was deliberately stalling his trial through numerous legal challenges. According to Layonu, Kanu appears to be using legal loopholes to avoid conviction while remaining in detention. He doesn't want his trial to go on. If he believes that no matter what, he will be convicted, then his best strategy is to ensure that it doesn't happen. He raises objections, asks judges to recuse themselves, and challenges different aspects of the case, which ultimately leads to delays, Layonu said. Layonu recalled a historical precedent involving the late Chief MKO Abiola, while similar judicial objections led to a prolonged legal battle. However, he emphasized that while a defendant is entitled to raise concerns about judicial bias, they cannot dictate who should preside over their case. A defendant can raise an objection, and the judge may step aside, but the defendant cannot pick their judge or prosecutor, he said. Kanu is playing to the gallery, presenting himself as a victim of persecution rather than facing his trial, Dr. Layonu maintained. He also questioned why Kanu is allowed to make public statements and interact with the media despite being in detention. Once the court proceedings are over, he should be taken back without all these public shows, Layonu asserted. Another son, Mba Okweni, who expressed concerns over the indefinite adjournment of Kanu's trial, declared that if a judge is unwilling to continue with a case, it should be reassigned promptly to ensure the defendant's right to a fair and untimely hearing is upheld. He emphasized that leaving Kanu in detention without a clear trial date constitutes a breach of his constitutional right. Lawyers react in a public interest, and human rights lawyer Inibeye Young said that an indefinite adjournment does not mean the court would no longer sit on the matter. On the contrary, it means the matter stands adjourned, pending fresh directives from the court, which should be communicated to all the concerned parties. The indefinite adjournment means that Kanu will still be in detention until his decision is made. Usually, legal matters are adjourned with definite or specific date. That is how cases are ordinarily adjourned. But when the case is adjourned indefinitely, it means that the case is adjourned pending further directive, development, or when the judge deems it fit to give a time for the matter to be recalled, he said. According to the lawyer, indefinite adjournment does not mean forever but a waiting period before further directives. My dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at the comment sections and let's know what your view is all about. Thank you for listening.